There you go.
Hello, viewers.
Welcome to another episode of Fleet Action Report. Why am I screwing
That
this
is
up in my head already?
that is correct. It is Fleet Action Report. This is episode 13, the Dominion and the Jem'hadar. I'm Nikodas.
I'm Grebog still, I think. Or no, today I am Ixton. That's it.
You may notice I am not on a Jem'hadar character right now. I am still on my Federation character. There's a reason for that. We'll get to it here in just a minute. This week I have been very busy, both in-game and out. In-game, I have been completing my reputations. I now have a total of 5 reputations at tier 6, which is the max. Here in a couple days, I will have a 6th one. And then by the end of the month, I should have all of them done. So a lot of work going into that, a lot of running events for different style of marks and whatnot. So that's been fun. Outside of the game, there is a new Star Wars game that launched, Star Wars Squadrons, and I've been playing that quite a bit. So it's been a busy day.
Wait. I thought we weren't supposed to mention the SW here.
Oh, right, because this is the other star thing.
I was like, for every person I've talked to is like, oh, you like Star Trek. That must mean you don't like Star Wars. Or, oh, you like Star Wars. Well, that must mean you don't like Star Trek. I don't understand why you can't pick both.
There is a group of people that enjoy both. I am one of those people.
I am as well.
I actually have plans to go play here at the end of the month. I'm going to go over to a friend's house and we're going to be playing the Star Wars Armada tabletop game, which is a lot of fun. But that's not this week. This week it's been Squadrons.
Let's see. Me this week. I did the whole event for the Red Alert, which I didn't do my today thing, but whatevs. Is it over?
I believe it is. We'll get to that here in a minute when we talk about the events going on.
I got my upgrade from that. Let's see, what else did I do here? I didn't kill any players this week. I don't know that they were too sad about that though. So I guess that's keeping them happy. That's my goal in life here. Of course,
we've spent a lot of gold in that game though.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of money. So you may not have killed us, but you lightened our pocketbooks.
Hey, I also gave you said coin to be able to spend said coin.
Well, that's true, I guess.
But
all right, guys. So a couple weeks ago during the show, I mentioned having a ultimate tech upgrade, and I was going to show you guys how to use that, and then I did not. That is totally my bad. I'm going to do it here real quick. I saved this last one for today's show, so I'm going to upgrade this phaser wide angle dual heavy beam bank. I'm going to knock this out real quick, Grebog, just to show them.
Okay.
Most times you have to unequip the item in order to upgrade it. That is not always true. Sometimes you can do it straight from your equip menu, but I went ahead and unequipped this. You want to right click on the item, go to upgrade item, and then there's 2 spots here. You've got your tech upgrade and your accelerator. The tech upgrade gives you technology points, which is then used to achieve a higher tier, and the accelerator either multiplies that or can help you increase your quality. For example, this item right now is a very rare. But the ultimate tech upgrade fills everything to the absolute max. It doesn't matter where you start. You can be at a Mark II, and it's still going to take you all the way to the max. So I'm going to bump this straight up to a epic quality Mark 15. All you do is you put the tech upgrade in the correct spot, and then you hit apply upgrade. It really is that simple. And then it's done. You can close the window, and you can re-equip your item. So there you go. That's how you use any upgrade. But with any of them that are not ultimate tech upgrades, you'll have to use multiple ones to achieve the same goal. So that's how that works. I just wanted to knock that out of here real quick. We are good to go. All right, I'm going to switch characters.
Okay, have fun. So this week in STO. They've announced a lot of stuff. Like, they just keep announcing stuff. We're going to get the Widening Gyre event.
I assume that's how that's said, yes.
Is this the synth battle that we're replaying, I think? Or is this another one? They also announced the synth battle one, coming, too.
Yeah, the Widening Gyre is its own TFO. Not a lot of details have been released yet, but it does start tomorrow. It's part of a new event they're running. If you run that event for 20 days, it earns you the Imperial Rift space set for your ship. That's a deflector, a shield, I believe it's a warp core.
I think it's
and an impulse engine.
I was thinking it's all 4 slots for the space here.
Yeah, but it takes 20 days, 20 event progress. You can earn 1 event progress per day. They also said that there's supposed to be some new mission along with that, like an actual story mission, but they haven't really said what that is. They also announced, as Grebog said, relive the synth wave, which was shown in Star Trek Picard. That's where the robotic life forms or synthetic life forms rose up and destroyed Utopia, Planitia, and most of Mars. Again, they didn't give us a start date on that or an end date. They just said soon. Oh yeah, party. That would probably be good. The Widening Gyre, they said, is going to start on the 6th and is going to end on November 5th. I assume the synth wave will be in there somewhere, but we don't have a date on that, and we don't know what the rewards are, other than maybe event progress.
Should be.
Let's see, what else? Our current event, the Galactic Red Alerts, ends tomorrow. According to this, it ends in 11 hours. So if you need one more to knock that out and get your ultimate tech upgrade, this is kind of like your last chance.
So it's a good way to get... Doing these events is a good way to get things like the universal tech upgrades or tier 6 ships if you don't have a tier 6 ship. Or 1,000 Lobi to buy a Lobi ship or other Lobi stuff. There's all kinds of stuff out there you can pick up. And
that goes right along with our next announcement too. So something brand new that they're doing. They announced a tier 6 experimental upgrade token. Now this is, from what I can tell, this is very similar to the T5Us back when they introduced tier 6 ships. It's a little device or thing you can buy in the Z store, or you can get from special events. You use it to add an experimental console slot, a device slot, and a starship trait slot to any tier 6 ship.
They've talked about what can and can't. So there's some of these ships that, it sounds like most of the ships that you pay money for will be able to, let's say, if I have it on this tune and my other tunes, when I upgrade it, it should do the experimental upgrade to all of them. The ones that it doesn't sound quite like it will work is the, they said fleet ships, though we had a question whether that meant, let's say I had the same fleet ship on 2 different characters. If I were to upgrade one, would it upgrade both? I personally don't think so, but since my other guy has a fleet ship, I am willing to use my one to test that out and see if 2 of the ships will get upgraded, fleet ships will get upgraded, if I had them both active at the same time. But
yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. They specified that fleet ships are separate from the non-fleet versions of the same ship, but as far as 2 characters with the same fleet ship, they did not specify. However, we do know that any account-wide ship, whether that be in an event ship or a Zen store ship or anything like that, if you spend the upgrade token on one of those ships, any other time you claim that ship on a different character, it can upgrade for free. So we do know that. Very much like the T5Us.
Now, everyone's going to get one free, and then they're going to cost 1,000 Zen per, or you can get 3 for 2,000 Zen. So it's kind of a buy 2 get 1 free.
They did also say that these would be given away as event rewards down the line. So there may be ways to get more of them for free other than this initial one that they're giving us. But yeah, it seems for the most part, if you want them, the best thing to do is to buy that 3-pack for 2,000 Zen. Or $20, which is roughly equivalent.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings on it, but there has been question and debate. I think you said you saw some online, some people speculating that the legendary ships would not work, except in their Q&A, they actually specifically gave an example that if you did the legendary Defiant, upgraded it, any other tune that were to claim the legendary Defiant would then also have an upgraded legendary Defiant. So to me, that was kind of a way of saying, yeah, the legendary ships, if you have picked them up, are still, it's going to go across the board for them as well.
Which is a little weird, because the difference between the standard ship and the legendary is basically the same thing. It's like it's already had this applied once. So my thought was originally this would be a way for people who didn't want to buy the legendary pack could catch up. But apparently this is equally applicable to those ships. So I don't blame the company for wanting to make money. I understand that. But if this isn't a pay-to-win thing, then I don't really know what is. Although, like I said, they did offer ways to get it for free. So, and you can still use your dilithium to translate that over into Zen and get it that way. So you can still purchase absolutely everything in the game without spending a real money dime, just by playing the game. So it's not really pay to win. It's just the money makes it faster.
Pay
a quick and easy path. Oh wait, I'm sorry, wrong universe again.
Pay to the quickening. Oh wait, no. The quickening is something else entirely.
Yeah, that's
there can definitely be more than one.
What is it with us and other universe references today? We're in a mood.
We're nerds.
We're in a mood today, Grebog.
That's fine. I'm sure people are used to that.
Well, if not, they probably will be here soon. Let me get on tongue-tied. There was another announcement made. This one is kind of interesting. Not that the others haven't been, but this one piques my interest, I guess I should say. They're calling it the ship that broke the mirror. This is not an event. This is a T6 Mirror Universe Constitution based on the USS Discovery. USS Defiant. That was the first ship that went back in time and crossed into the Mirror Universe. In canon, that happened in Enterprise. This is a Constitution ship that is an escort class. I think all the other Constitutions have all been cruisers of various types. This is a warship, so it's an escort, faster turn rate, 5 weapon slots up front, 3 in the back.
Well, you know those Terrans, man. They probably cut out all the dead weight and then went all guns ablazing.
That's what it sounds like. It comes with an interphasic rift generator, which is a spatial anomaly that deals damage over time. I believe it's plasma damage. And then along with this mirror ship, they're releasing several Enterprise-themed equipment items into the Lobby store. They're putting out the phase pistol, the Mako pulse rifle, the phase cannons, spatial torpedo launcher, and there's a console, the Universal Reinforced Weapons Assembly. And those 3 space items do form a 3-piece set bonus. So make sure you guys look those out, especially if you've been sitting on your Lobby for a while. The phase pistol in particular sounds pretty interesting. It says it's got you can just hold the button down and the beam will continuously fire. At least that's the way it sounded on the readout. So definitely something worth looking into there. Let's see what else we got.
Interesting. Oh, here we have that. Oh wait, you already did this.
I did. I wanted to knock it out so I could switch characters. So I'm sorry. I put the universal tech upgrade in the wrong spot. Forgive me. All right. So our primary target for the day, the Dominion and the Jem'hadar. Welcome to Victory is Life.
Yes, victory is life. And you'll hear that a lot, probably, doing missions and whatnot. I am currently, because I did pick up the expansion that came out when they brought in the Jem'hadar. I am actually on a Vanguard, Jem'hadar Vanguard. Are you on a Jem'hadar Vanguard or regular?
I am also on a Vanguard ship. I am on the Vanguard Temporal Warship.
Now, something to note, we'll probably cover this other times, but when they first brought in the Jem'hadar, they did do gamma recruits, so certain missions had some special things to unlock, and they are actually account-wide. Now, the reason I say I'm bringing it up now is every so often they will re-enable the special recruit types, because there are also a temporal recruit, a delta recruit, and the gamma recruit, right?
Yes, that is correct.
And every so often they will re-enable you being able to create one of these recruits, and if you have a character slot, I highly, highly recommend taking advantage of getting one of each as the time permits. You just create it, go through the basic intro, because you get bonus special rewards and unlocks that will help all your characters.
Fleet marks. You can get a ton of fleet marks that way too.
Ton of fleet marks.
Or reputation marks.
You still get tons of fleet marks too. I think by meeting the requirements and then joining a fleet, you get like a flat 500 fleet marks or something like that.
Something like that.
So, I mean,
it's been a while since I've done it, but yeah, something like that.
Definitely worth it.
All right, so there are only two race options in the Dominion, and that's the Jem'hadar and the Jem'hadar. that is not a joke. The basic Jem'hadar is the default one, and then if you make a purchase in the Zen store, you get access to the Vanguard Jem'hadar. The differences between the two are actually pretty small. The Vanguard Jem'hadar gets some extra perks. Traits. They also have a couple extra reputations that are maxed out, and they have an additional school in the R&D that is maxed out. So you end up with 3 of them. But as far as the build itself or special abilities, racial traits, that's pretty much all the same. Last week I mentioned the Ketracel White Hunger that you can get as a Jem'hadar character. I said the Vanguard Jem'hadar do not suffer from that. I was incorrect, and I have updated my knowledge on this fact. So all Jem'hadar, whether the basic or the Vanguard, have access to the Ketracel White. This is an item that you put in your inventory, usually right here in your device slots. And when you use that, you gain a bonus to your damage, your stealth, your resistances, the whole 9 yards. It just makes you a better fighter. When that wears off, your character will appear to be dazed, kind of wobbling in place. That is not a penalty. There's no negative side effect for that. It looks a little weird. But it's a debuff you'll have down here on your bar called the White Hunger. It goes away the next time you use Ketracel White and regain that bonus. That hunger does go away after you complete the mission called Home, which is the end of the Dominion storyline. There's something that happens there that kind of explains why it goes away, but any Jem'hadar character who completes that mission will no longer have to worry about the White Hunger. although they can still get all the benefits from using Ketracel White.
And that's why I was mousing over here. You can see if you're a non-Jem'hadar and you take the white, you get penalties. But
yeah,
if
pretty
you
steep
are,
one.
yeah, I was like, but if you are a Jem'hadar, you get 10% to all your damage. You get 20% max hit points, 25% increased run speed. You know, it's pretty nice.
And you can get those all over the place. You can get them in missions. There's an NPC on Deep Space Nine that will give them to you for free. So you can find Ketracel White all over the place. You can even Jem'hadar characters can also synthesize it straight from their replicator menu. So there's all kinds of ways to get that without much cost. So you can be sure to keep that up. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to run a mission. This is pretty late in the Jem'hadar arc. Well, first of all, here let me show you guys this. So when you very first create a Jem'hadar character, there are 3 missions that you have to go through: Hunt, Ceremony, and Turn the Tide. At the end of Turn the Tide, it makes you pick if you're going to side with the Federation or the Klingon Empire, much like the Romulans did when we covered the Romulans a few episodes ago. But when you start off, you're kind of your own thing. You run through these 3 missions, complete the storyline there, and then you pick which side you want to be on. Those are the only 3 missions that are unique to the Jem'hadar, and they cannot be replayed. Once you have chosen your faction, that's it. You're done. The only way to replay these missions is to create a new Dominion character. But the one we're going to run is in the Gamma Quadrant storyline called Tenebris Quent. I think I said that right.
Sure. Sounds good.
This is pretty late in the storyline. There's some big reveals that happen in here. As usual with our storyline playthroughs, we might go through this kind of fast. And we're going to continue talking about the Jem'hadar and what's going on as we play through. But let's go ahead and get started on that. Are you out here?
Are you flying the same ship I am?
I don't know. Am I flying the same ship? Let's see. Let me fly over here and say hi to you.
You're the Vanguard warship, and I am in a Heavy Raider. I'm in the Heavy Raider.
Yeah. You're in the bug ship, the updated bug ship.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of them look so much alike.
Well, they're the Dominion. Nobody ever said the Dominion.
Okay.
I can't. I'm moving too fast. I can't get to you. There we go. You're a lot smaller.
Yes. Something you'll notice here once we go into system, which I just clicked go, so okay, is that both of us will have you could call them pets, but we have alpha and our betas. Our alpha is in a ship beside us. Yeah, they're wingmen, and we have an alpha and a beta. I mean, it's Jem'hadar. They've always talked about, like, you know, we're the honored first in this, and then we have our second and third, which, you know, they'd be our alpha and our beta as wingmen joining us.
This is a unique mechanic to the Jem'hadar soldiers. Every Jem'hadar Vanguard ship has these 2 wingmen. It doesn't matter if it's the escort. Let's see, escort, warship, science carrier, battle cruiser, regular cruiser, dreadnought. They all have the 2 wingmen. You do have a little control menu somewhere on your screen that lets you either give commands to them individually, or you can link them together and give one command to both of them at the same time. They are handy. They have a heal they can do. They can focus target an enemy ship, or they can just kind of defend you. You know what? I wonder if this is one of those missions that we have to run solo. Let me see.
I'm not.
Let me pull this up. Hang on.
Most astute. Let's make the appropriate shield adjustments.
Because I jumped in. Let's see.
I'm in a system. You're in a system, but we're not in the same system.
Well, hang on. Let me see what happened here. We are in party, right?
Yes.
And I just warped through an asteroid. That looked ugly. All right. I'm going to drop this real quick and pick it back up and see if it says...
It's barely Class D. No metals, complex compounds.
Well, it doesn't say that it's a single player only.
Wonderful.
You're in Havis, cool.
Yeah, we were both in the same system. Wonderful. I thought I
re-entered the system. Okay, well, I'm going to assume then that even though it does not say it is, that it is a single-player only mission. Let's go ahead and warp out. Let's play the other one that I was mentioning. See if that one will let us do it together.
Yeah, that... well, at least they got to see that, we both had wingmen, so... And we covered that part.
Yeah,
so.
that's a little weird. Most of those... Okay, so viewers, I apologize. Most of the missions in-game that are single-player will give you a notice that it's single-player only. Obviously, that one did not. Let's see. Go back to Gamma Quadrant. The other one was doomed to repeat. That one says victory is life. Nothing in there about it being... Okay, I'm going to transwarp to that one. All right, so the ships of the Dominion are very similar in design to the Federation. They use warp cores instead of singularity cores. Again, you have the various types: escort, science, cruiser, and then you can break that down further where the carriers are like the science vessels, the warships are like the escorts, the battle cruisers and the dreadnoughts are like the cruisers. And all of those ship types, as long as it is a... Let me get tongue-tied. As long as it is a Vanguard Jem'hadar ship or Vanguard Dominion ship, you will have those two wingmen. There are some older Jem'hadar ships in the game. The original Tier 5 bug ship, for example. There was also a large cruiser. Those ships are not Vanguard ships. Despite being Dominion ships, they are not Vanguard, and they will not have those wingmen. So keep that in mind if you're flying one of those older ships. You have the three same job options as everyone else. You have tactical, engineering, and science. Tesla tax here. My character is tactical.
I'm tactical too.
As are you. That's unusual for you, Grebog.
I went tac for this guy. Hey, victory's life. That's where it's at, baby.
Victory is life. There we go. Now we're in a mission together. All right, so this mission is a little different. This is a big spoiler mission. Again, we may run through this kind of quick, but there are some founder secrets in this one. It looks like I'm one big ship with a whole bunch of little ships. That's kind of funny.
One big ship with 5 little ships, though I'm controlling 1. Well, technically, I kind of control 2. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Big fight.
Dominion forces, this is Counselor Derek aboard the Kane. Cease hostilities. Consider that your first and only warning. We must protect the founder. All ships disengage.
And they run.
Founder versus founder.
Good job, Garrick.
Impressive. An ancient research facility with a very high praise.
It's always interesting the different responses that you give out as a Jem'hadar.
Yeah, they did pretty good about having those specified. You're a little bit, I don't know, rude to the Vorta, respectful to your enemies, and you worship any of the founders you talk to. But the dialogue options, they did pretty good on.
Because there's things like, yeah, your response is acceptable.
And it's definitely different from what you get with like a Federation character that runs this mission. So, all right, so
this mission.
We talked about that. Yeah, so just to compare, the Jem'hadar soldiers in Deep Space Nine, that's where they're introduced, and so far that's the only show that we've seen them in. Although there is certainly some potential to run into the Dominion in Star Trek Picard going forward, or in the new season of Discovery that's coming out. We may see what the Dominion's up to 900 years in the future.
930 years. And yes, I finished Discovery.
About time.
Well, I finished it before it got another season, you know.
Well, that's probably a good thing. So honor is important to the Dominion soldiers, to the Jem'hadar. They view honor a little differently from the Klingons, but honor is still important to them, and that's both in the show and in the game. The Ketracel White we mentioned earlier was a tool created by the founders to control them. They wanted to make sure their soldiers would be loyal, and that was the best way they came up with to do that. I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, basically, it's a drug addiction. If they don't get the white, then it withdrawals a bitch. But that's the founders for you. That's how they wanted to control their soldiers. And as you're going to see in this mission, it's not the only time that they've done that either.
This mission teaches you a lot of the history to the races that are part of the Dominion, the Vorta, the Jem'hadar, even other races that were attempted to be used for the Dominion.
And a lot to do with the Klingons.
Yeah.
Apparently, a long time ago, the founders ran into the Klingons, and they were very impressed with the Klingons, and they wanted to have a race very similar, or find a way to control the Klingons themselves. So they started experimenting with some other creatures that were similar, or tried to create things that were similar. You'll see what some of those are here in this mission. Ultimately, they ended up with the Jem'hadar, which, like I said, there are some similarities between them and the Klingons.
They also talk, it teaches you about the Herc and how the founders and them all first met and all that.
Well, that's part of the big story in STO. So the Herc, which are an ancient Klingon enemy or ancient enemy of the Klingons, return in force. They attack the Dominion first, which forces the Dominion to then ask for help, and that's what those 3 Dominion missions are all about. It's basically them trying to fight the Herc and get help, which is why you have to pick which side you want to join at the end of your 3-mission arc.
So it would seem learning about these Fakiri has given me much.
And here, they're talking about the Fakiri, which goes back to the old myth of the Klingons had about a demon race.
Well, like I said, they were fascinated with the Klingons for some reason. We keep saying victory is life. That is a Jem'hadar quote straight from the TV show. They say it a lot. It has to do with their battle sayings, I guess, or their battle charge. There was a Jem'hadar in the show that a first leader of his people, he says something along the lines of, "We are dead, we go into battle to reclaim our lives. This we do gladly, for we are Jem'hadar. Remember, victory is life." So to them, it's very much real. They believe that battle is how they stay alive, how they reclaim their lives from death. So that's why we keep saying victory is life. If you haven't seen Deep Space Nine, Miles O'Brien is part of that same mission, and he has his own version of the saying, I am Miles Edward O'Brien, and I am very much alive, and I intend to stay that way. And I couldn't agree more.
We must be close to the tell him to.
Now, we mentioned the Vorta. The Vorta are not playable in STO, and I was a little surprised to see that. I figured they would either let the Vorta be playable or have Vorta bridge officers, which they don't have, or even the alien creator is not accessible by this faction. So you can't even use the alien creator to create a Vorta. Now, I found a way around that. There are a couple... there's the Fek'Leri. There's a couple officers that you can still get that you can change the appearance of. There's a couple androids, some holograms that you can change the appearance of. And in my case, I have made those characters appear to be Vorta. Like Doles here is one of them. I believe he's my android. I gave him the Vorta ears, a haircut. Actually, I think he's bald, but made him out to be my Vorta. So there's a way around that, but just the game itself, they did not include that. In canon, however, the Vorta are the speakers for the Founders. They're kind of the link between the gods and the Jem'hadar, the administrators, if you will. So if Jem'hadar wants to talk to a Founder, they have to go through a Vorta. You can see the Vorta in-game. There are several Vorta NPCs, including Wayun, who I believe you'll see here in just a minute. Oh, I should probably scan this. And then, of course, there's the Founders themselves. And we also come to find out that there is a difference between Founders in general, or, the plural form, and then the Founder, who is the female changeling in Deep Space Nine. In STO, it comes out that she is the Founder, the original creator of the Dominion. And it was her desire and her will that created the Empire.
Well, I might have power issues. I don't know what's going on here. I'm saying that because the light keeps going on and off out here, so
Uh-oh.
Hopefully I won't lose power. I don't know why I would lose power. No adverse weather, but doesn't mean someone wasn't having too much fun and found a pole.
Well, that's true. But let's hope we can maintain our connection.
Hopefully everyone's okay with wherever and whatever's going on out there.
I agree with that. Best wishes to everyone out there on the roads right now. Winter's coming, and that's going to be bad enough. We don't need, pre-icy weather accidents. We don't need icy weather accidents either, but that's bound to happen. I've been an EMT for too long to think otherwise as far as that goes.
I need to... Seeing your walker, I need to go through and reclaim some stuff.
I just did that. That's new.
He's a biggin.
Slave master. He is. He's fun too. Deals a lot of damage. Oh, a little demon flying around. That was fun. So the Founder in Deep Space Nine, you find out that the Founders were originally a solid race. They were not always shapeshifters. But when they developed the ability to shapeshift, something happened, and they became solids that they used to know or used to be friends with suddenly feared them, and they tried to kill the shapeshifters. And ever since then, the Founders have had issues trusting and being friendly to solids. So instead, the Founder in STO, the Founder decided to create a sphere of protection that she calls Dominion, which then became the Dominion, the realization of her dream.
The Dominion.
In DS9, the Dominion was originally shown to be kind of a darker version of the Federation. It was still a vast empire created of several different member worlds. The difference there was that they weren't always willing to be member world.
Well, some of the ways
I got turned around here.
Some of the ways they got people to join the Dominion was, oh hey, the Herc are coming to attack you. We would love to help, but you're not part of the Dominion. If you want to join the Dominion, we'll gladly assist you. And and some of that again, they actually led the Herc to said, like, yeah. They led the Herc to the places to try to purposely get people to join their faction. So,
what's it called in shows where the muscle goes and bullies somebody to pay a certain fee? Protection racket. That's
extortion?
What it is. It's kind of a protection racket where the Dominion would, send bullies over and then offer to protect you from the bullies if you paid them a certain amount of tribute or joined in and so on and so forth. That's exactly what it was. Protection racket.
Yeah, except they didn't really fully control the people, the group that they claimed to be able to protect you from, so...
Oh no, look out.
And this is where you learn something new.
Good job, Nerys.
A big plot, spoiler right here.
Yep, turn away if you don't want to see spoilers.
I think it's trying to communicate.
You dip a bug in white, and it can maybe talk?
Maybe. Kind of, sort of. Until a certain somebody goes and ruins everything.
Hey, Born Gear, have some of your minions get some bugs, and then have them dip them in white, see if they can start talking.
There you go. There's an idea. And here's Weyoun, which I thought Weyoun died at the end of Deep Space Nine, but apparently in STO they were able to bring him back somehow.
Well,
so Weyoun is back.
Weyoun. Well, he's a clone. I mean, this is probably like Weyoun 15 or whatever.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at the end of Deep Space Nine, when I think it's Garrick shoots him, they specify that was the last Weyoun clone. So, and Garrick even says something along the lines of, "I was hoping you'd say that." So we've got Herc in here. The bug-looking things are Herc. The monstrous-looking demon things are Fek'Liri. Both of these are things that the founders experimented on, trying to create a Klingon-like race before the Jem'hadar.
A race that they can control that is... Oh, you're transferring. You just ran out. I'm still fighting.
Glad you could join us. As you can see, the situation here has become rather precarious.
And we have the same thing here in space. We've got Fek'Liri ships, we've got Herc ships, and Dominion ships all in a great big furball. So this should be fun.
So our wingmen have 3 different abilities that you can tell them to do. You can tell them to go on strafing runs. You can tell them individually to do it. You can tell them to do it together. You can even have them, one thing is to come back and shield you. What's this, see here. Yeah. So you have your different, so like here, I'll send one guy to come back and give me some structural reinforcement. So you see he's hovering around me, beaming me, while I blow stuff up.
Shields.
The other maneuver is a shield. So if you need structural integrity, you can have one do structural integrity and one give you shields. So you have options on how to help you survive if you are struggling a little bit.
Fakiri are pursuing the better part of valor.
Or you can send them on strafing runs.
Perhaps.
Her seem to be distracted. Something about the station.
Are you suggesting we attack?
Very well. We will deal with the hurt.
But,
Well, good. I wasn't sure if we had to fight that giant fleet or not. I couldn't remember. I think that's the next mission, I guess.
well, something to note, as you can see in the Gamma Quadrant, it's a little bit different about the space than other sections because in the Gamma Quadrant, you actually have a... do I have this? I'll pick it anyway. But essentially, you have a skirmish that is always ongoing. You can go and help, and you get rewards based off of like how much progress you've done towards the skirmishes in the zone. And you can get things like at the low end, it's not much. You only get like 5 gamma marks, 90-day lithium. But once you get towards the top end, you will get 190 gamma marks and 3,240 dilithium. So, if you keep coming out here and doing it, it's kind of like an open battleground per se to a... Well, they already have these in STO and other places, open battlegrounds that you can go in and help. But for other games, it's kind of like an open... It's not PvP, it's just like a... I guess like the invasion points that WoW has and stuff like that.
It's a divide and conquer sort of thing. Like you have different areas that you have to go in and do certain things to conquer that area, and then if you can conquer the whole map, there's a big boss fight, and then if you win that, there's bigger rewards. And each individual section that you conquer also has its own rewards, but the big reward is beating the final boss, which is usually some sort of dreadnought fight.
The Born Gear wants us to show, so I'm flying towards this.
Oh, okay. That might take.
Shouldn't take too long.
All right, you're going to the Talos sector.
Yeah, I think it's the only planet in there to really go. I picked Talasar as my point.
Okay. I'm heading that way. I'm on your 6.
You've probably noticed I am not nearly as geared up on this guy as I am my other. And see, now that we've entered the battle zone, there is a battle zone alert, Sinister Gathering, and we can just click that. And did you get the join?
I clicked it myself. When you said click it, I just went ahead and did.
Okay. And it is essentially a TFO that you get queued into called Sinister Gathering.
Now, not all the battle zones work this way. This was something new they tried with Victory is Life, where you queue up for it. It is very much like a TFO. It even says it's a task force operation.
Yeah.
A lot of the other battlegrounds, we'll highlight those in a different show, but a lot of them are you just fly to an area of space and then there's goals that you have to accomplish. Grebog and we were working on the Undine battle zone the other day. Which, by the way, ow. Undine hit really hard.
They can. They can. Boy, it's taking...
Yeah, and this is the only one up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we were to change maps.
Yeah, I suppose we can try that. It shouldn't. Well, there's only one. There's only one map.
Ah, well, I guess we have no choice.
Hopefully, it won't take but a couple minutes here. So, a couple things while we wait on that to queue up. So the ships, the Vanguard ships, are tier 6 ships. They have the Starship Mastery trait. However, they go up to level 6. So at level 5, you get the Starship trait, and then at level 6, this ship becomes an account-wide unlock. So you can then claim this ship on any character. Before then, it is only usable by the Dominion characters.
Do note the experience required to go from tier 5 to tier 6 is extremely, like, the variance is much higher. I would say it was easier to get to tier 6 or tier 5 than it will be to go from tier 5 to tier 6.
Although, as we talked about a couple episodes ago, we found if you do patrols through the patrol menu, it makes it easy. So what are we doing here?
The Herc are swarming the debris in this sector, gathering resources. We believe their Herc flagship is there, somewhere. We need to find it and destroy it.
Okay, this is where we have to blow up asteroids and then tractor beam asteroid stuff to the Herc command ship. I'm not actually fond of this one. No wonder it took so long for us to queue up for it.
Space sliding. Anyone watching me? Yeah, I just went sliding sideways, backwards, and all over the place. Pick up crystals. Well, I'm busy right now with enemies on my wherever I'm at, technically, because I keep turning. I'm in a much more maneuverable ship than I normally run. Okay. Are there crystals somewhere to pick up?
Yeah, they're right here. We got collectors heading this way, though. The collectors will take those crystals and prevent us from grabbing them.
What is...
there's the capital ship.
I have something called seeker bombs. Is that this thing?
Yeah, you're supposed to drag those over to the capital ship.
Oh.
We gotta hit the capital ship with those in order to take down its outer shell, which lets us then blow them up. But you have to collect the asteroid pieces in order to have the seeker bombs.
Okay. Oh. This thing turned so fast, I almost feel like I need a joystick. We need more. I'm heading for an asteroid.
Okay. So as you guys can see, like most TFOs here, this can be pretty challenging. There's a set number of goals you have to accomplish. More than just flying around and blowing up bad guys.
So it looks like you can only get 3 seeker bombs per thing. Oh, thanks. I wasn't getting to the big bad ship quick enough. You made it. The guy pushed me towards it.
Where's my ship?
Are we the only 2 in here?
I believe we are.
Interesting. What a bully, pushing me around. Shields failing. You on shields. You on my structural integrity.
Oh yeah, and it's timed.
Where's another asteroid? Going for an asteroid.
This is much easier to do if you have a full group of 5 running it.
Okay, I need more speed. Let's put our powered engines. Apparently, you got it.
Well, we did not. Skirmish failed.
Oh.
Depart system, but we still get our marks from it. So it's not a complete failure. We basically forced it to retreat.
Yay, I guess.
Things could be worse.
So that was an example of the battle zone out here in the Gamma Quadrant.
They should be able.
All right, guys. Well,
I think we covered pretty much everything. Any last questions?
you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the name of our next episode down in our briefing.
Oh no. What? You can spoil it now, or you can type it in now too. You could have just said it.
I didn't want to forget it. So next week, our episode is going to focus on research and development, R&D.
Which apparently for many people is a mystery to you all. I only say that because I know someone on the maybe other side of the microphone from me that had lots of questions, and I've been guiding him as best as I can.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, I when they redid R&D, I don't, in my honest opinion, they could have done better on guiding people on how to use R&D. Maybe the walkthrough now is better, but for those of us that got moved from one version of research and development to this new system, the current system, I think we might have missed some things. But anyway.
He did help me learn how to level skill, or how to level the different zones or
schools.
Thank you. Schools of R&D here. Although I also discovered that on the Jem'hadar Vanguard, you do have 3 of them that are automatically at level 15. So if you want to, if you have the Zen lying around, you want to buy the Vanguard Jem'hadar, there is a crafting boost that comes along with that. But even without it, there's actually a pretty easy way to level your skills, and we'll discuss that next time. So next week, research and development.
Awesome, and we'll hopefully fix all your questions. Yeah, if you have questions, prepare them, send them to me. You can do that by sending an email to fleetactionreport@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment on videos on YouTube, which we put up all the videos there. If there's some crazy glitch like we had last week, it will likely show up much sooner than Thursday, but typically I put them up on Thursday.
Yeah, sorry about last week, guys. I mean, sometimes the internet just boggles down, and there's very little we can do about it. I know there was some errors there. People couldn't hear us for a while. If you would like to see the edited video, find us on YouTube, or YouTube is also linked on our Facebook page. You can find both of those by just searching for Fleet Action Report. Born Gear has a suggestion for a future episode that I really like here, Grebog. He says, get a full team together and run those skirmishes. Now, we could do more than just those skirmishes. We could certainly do a battleground. But we could also do some various TFOs and whatnot, and just make it a kind of a boom episode, I guess. But I like that. Let's add that to the list.
Cool. We can do that.
And that'd be a fun episode. Not so much talking, but lots of explosions. We're good with explosions, right, guys? All right, but we're going to leave you off for now. And instead of my typical farewell, I'm going to leave you with a prayer, if you will, from the Jem'hadar. We pledge our loyalty to the Founders from now until death.
Victory is life.